In order to understand your website's audience, you'll need to become familiar with the user behavior reports. Discover how your audience visits, interacts, and how often they return to view your content within Google Analytics. Before we start analyzing the data, we need to know how it's collected. Google Analytics uses cookies to track users' behavior. With the classic version of Google Analytics, these cookies are specific to the browser and the device which is being used. So when a user visits a site via their computer at home, then on their mobile phone, they will be classified as a new visitor on both occasions. Likewise, if they clear their cookies on their device, they will become a new user again. This means that the report is not often 100% representative of your user activity. From your audience overview, if you scroll down the page, you'll see that you have a representation of your new visitors versus your returning visitors. If you'd like to have a more in-depth analysis of these dimensions, you're going to need to go to the left-hand navigation menu, and under your audience section, you'll be able to find your reports regarding behavior. Just under behavior, you'll find your reports for new and returning. In the new versus returning report, this report has 2 rows of data. These rows of data will be found towards the bottom of the page within the table. By default, you'll see the site data range, which includes visits, pages per visit, average visits duration, and bounce rate for each row. Immediately, you can use to see which one has better interactions with the site and which you see more of. In order to get a different view of the breakdown of this analysis, it may be useful to use the pie chart. If I go up to the top right-hand corner and select the pie chart display, I'll be able to see a percentage breakdown of my new visitors versus my returning visitors. If you're planning on launching a new marketing campaign, you may find that the frequency and recency report may help you get better insights into your audience. To access this report, you can go back to the left-hand navigation menu and you'll see just below new and recurring that you have frequency and recency. The Google Analytics frequency and recency report is perfect for analyzing visits in order to help you plan your marketing campaigns or gain other beneficial insights about visits to your website. As you can see, you have stats at the top and you'll have a breakdown below in a graphical format. This data counts how many repeat visits there have been to your website. The data is based on visits to your website over time, showing how many times just 1 visit is tracked, then 2 visits, and the same device, then 3, etc. If a user visits a site the same device 3 times without clearing their cookies, they will be shown in counts visits for rows 1, 2, and 3. This is why the numbers will decrease all the way down in the row when the count visits show the range counts, for example, 9 through 14. This is interesting as different websites will see different levels of visits per user. Knowing what's typical pattern of your website and working to increase the count of visits is beneficial. This report can be used to see how many people only visit the site once compared to more than once. Just subtract the visits from row 2 from the number of visits where there was a count of 1. With both of these reports, such as the frequency and recency and the new and returning, I can compare this information and see what my target audience needs or wants. For example, if I notice that a lot of users are leaving and not coming back to my site, I can perhaps reevaluate the content on my homepage or the sites where my users are dropping off. If I notice that I have a lot of users per session and the taper off is normal within the chart, I know that my content is quite enriching. But if I notice that my page views is getting quite low, perhaps this is an issue with my content on other pages on my website. I may need to use other reports to compare this information. Now you've seen how to access your new and returning reports as well as your frequency and recency reports in Google Analytics.